Hello friends, welcome to Learner's Planet. Friends, in this session, I'll be taking some MCQ, that is multiple choice question pattern problems. The theory and concept behind these problems I have already discussed in my previous sessions. I would suggest you do attend these sessions before attending this session, that is types of number. There are two sessions of types of number, then theory of numbers, formula and concepts, and divisibility test. So you'll feel more comfortable in this session. One more suggestion I would like to make over here is you just pick up a paper and a pen to solve the problems with me. You can even pause the session, then solve the problem and match your answer with mine. Friends, in most of the competitive examinations, time is a big constant. So I'll be sharing various time saving techniques over here in this session, okay, which will be definitely useful for you in your entrance examination. So let's begin today's session. Now, what's the first question? Here we have been asked the least prime number. Now friends, what is the least prime number? We know prime numbers, it is 2, 3, 5, 7. And what is the definition of prime number? That is the numbers which are having two distinct factors, number 1 and the number itself. So which is the least prime number? Just it is 2. Okay. Now the next question, what is the total number of two-digit prime numbers? Friends, we have already discussed in our previous sessions, that is types of number, that there are 25 prime numbers from 1 to 100. Out of these four numbers, that is 2, 3, 5 and 7 are one-digit prime numbers, and remaining, that is 21 two-digit prime numbers. So the answer will be 21. Okay. Now, how many two-digit numbers are there having two distinct factors? This is what the definition of prime numbers. So, we are asked indirectly in this question about the number of prime numbers. So, how many two-digit prime numbers we have? We have 21 prime numbers. Which are having two digits. Okay, so the answer is quite simple. Both the question 2 and 3 are the same, but the way of asking the question is bit different. Okay, now let's see this question. How many two-digit numbers are there having exactly three distinct factors? Can you recall any concept which we have discussed in our previous session? Friends, these are nothing but the square of prime numbers. I have prime numbers, that is 3, 5, 7, 11 and so on. The square of 3 is 9, 5 square is 25, 7 square is 49, 11 square is 121. Now, how many factors does 9 have? These are three factors only. There are three factors of 9, that is 1, 3 and 9. In case of 25, exactly three factors are there, that is 1, 5 and 25. Similarly, for 49, we have three factors, that is 1, 7 and 49. So we have to find out the two-digit numbers having exactly three distinct factors. So this will be 25 and 49, because the square of 11, that is 121, is having three digits. Okay, so very simple problem. If you know the concept, let's do the next problem. Now, if we multiply all possible prime numbers, what will be the digit at the units place? Friends, we are clueless since we don't know the number of prime numbers available with us in the entire set of natural numbers. So probably we cannot do this problem, but the same problems have been asked many times in various entrance examinations. So there must be some logic behind that. Okay, so let's try. Let's begin the sequence of prime number. Let's begin to write. What is the first prime number? That is 2. Then the second one is 3. I just put a sign of multiplication. Then 5, then 7 and so on. I cannot write the entire sequence over here. Now let's begin to multiply. Now 2 into 3, 6. 6 5s are 30. What I am getting at the units place is 0. Now, doesn't matter which other numbers are being multiplied over here, at the units place will be getting 0 only, since we have already one 0 at the units place. Okay friends, so the problem is actually very simple. You don't have to recall the number of prime numbers since you do not know that. Okay, let's do the next problem. If we multiply all possible odd prime numbers, then what will be the digit at the units place? Here we were having 2 as a prime number since we were to multiply all possible prime numbers, but in this case we don't have 2 since we have to multiply all odd prime numbers. So let's begin to write all odd prime numbers. So let's 3 into 5 into 7 and so on. Definitely, friends, in the entire sequence now we'll be having the prime numbers, all the prime numbers will be definitely odd numbers, and if we multiply any odd numbers to 5, we'll be getting 5 at the units place. So no need to worry much about it and no need to multiply the bigger numbers to 5. Okay, so we'll be getting 5 at the units place. Now in this question, n is a prime number greater than 101, then what will be the remainder if n is divided by 12? Now friends, once again the problem looks like tedious since n is a prime number greater than 101, and how many prime numbers are there greater than 101 that we don't know. So we cannot draw any conclusion just from this statement. Okay, but we have to calculate the remainder if this number is divided by 12. That means we have to find out a general solution to that suits all the prime numbers greater than 101. Okay, let's do this problem. Friends, we have already discussed in our theory session that each and every prime number is either 6x plus 1 or 6x minus 1 format. The exception to this statement is 2 and 3. All the remaining prime numbers are either 6x plus 1 or 6x minus 1 format. Since we don't know a particular number, we have to take a general number. That is, maybe I am having the prime numbers of 6 plus 1, 6x plus 1 format. Okay, so that n is 6x plus 1. Just a moment. N is 6x plus 1, or it may be 6x minus 1. Now what n square is? It is 6x plus minus 1 whole square. Okay, so it is 36x square plus minus 12x plus 1. Okay friends, here I am applying the concept of a plus b whole square or a minus b whole square. Now suppose if I have to divide this expression by 12, so what is the remainder which I'll get from this expression? 36x square, the 36 itself is a multiple of 12, so I won't be getting any remainder over here from this expression. From this part, 12 is multiple of 12, so I won't be getting any remainder, so the remainder which I'll get is 1. Doesn't matter which prime number is this, since it will be either 6x plus 1 or 6x minus 1 format. So in both the cases, I'll be getting the remainder as 1. Okay friends. Now, in this problem, the expression 123 into 119 into 122 into 120 into 118 into 121 has a factor. Friends, if you observe the numbers carefully, you'll be having 6 consecutive numbers over here, that is 118, 19, 20, 21, 22 and 23. Now we have already discussed in our theory session that the product of 6 consecutive numbers is always divisible by 6 factorial. So we can see here the it's a sequence of 6 consecutive numbers and their product will definitely be divisible by 6 factorial. So the entire expression is divisible by 6 factorial, that is 720. Okay friends, it's very simple. Now in this question, p is equal to 0.123123123, then which of the following will be an integer? Okay, we have been provided with 4 options: 110p, 100p, 999p and 99p. Friends, we have already discussed about rational numbers in our previous sessions. There are 2 types of rational number. One is terminating decimals and other is non-terminating repeating decimals. or we can say infinite decimals. So this expression is actually the example of non-terminating repeating decimals. So let's begin to do the problem. So P will be 0.123 bar. Okay, so it's since all the three digits are being repeated over here, so we'll be putting the bar over all the three digits. Now we have already discussed the shortcut or the smart way to deal this problem. It will be 123 by 999. Okay, so P is equal to 123 by 999. So if I wish to make this expression as integer, then I have to multiply this expression by 999. Okay, so that means I cannot multiply 999 just for one side, so I have to multiply 999 over here also. So definitely 999p will be an integer, since this both term will get cancelled. Okay, so the answer to the problem is 999p. If you are not clear about how did I write 0.123 bar as 123 by 999, I just elaborate here once more. Suppose x is equal to, or p is equal to, it's 0.123. Okay, so then 10p will be 1.23123. Okay, 100p will be 12.3123, and 1000p will be 123.123. In both these expression, we are having the same numbers. I'm sorry, in these two expression I am having same numbers after decimals. So from this expression I'll be deducting this. So 1000p minus p, that is 999p, is equal to 123, and all the digits after decimal will get cancelled. So what I'll be getting as p, it's 123 by 999. Okay, and this is the smart way to deal this problem. Since there are three digits which are being repeated, so I am putting 3 nines to make it fraction. Okay friends, I hope you are clear about the problem. Now let's do this problem. The smallest value of n for which 2n plus 1 is not a prime number. Okay, we can calculate this by backward approach also. Let's put the value of n as 3. So 2 3s are 6 plus 1 7, which is a prime number. So it cannot be the right choice. Similarly, I put the value of n as 4. So that's 4 into 2, 8 plus 1. Which is not a prime number, so 4 can be the right choice. Similarly, I just take the value as 5. Then 5 2s are 10 plus 1 11, which is also a prime number. So 4 is the right choice. Okay friends. Now let's see this problem. There are 4 prime numbers written in ascending order. The product of the first 3 is 385 and that of the last 3 is 1001. What is the last number? Friends, we are having the number 385 over here, and 385 is multiple of 5, and there is a single prime number 5 with us which can produce this number. Okay, so definitely 5 is the first choice. So if 5 is the first number, then the other numbers may be 7, then 11, and then 13. So let's cross verify. 5 into 7 35, 35 into 11 is 3, 5, and the sum in between is 385. So first, the product of first 3 is definitely 385. Let's check for last 3 also. 7 into 11, 77 into 13, that is 1001. So further, this is the right answer. Okay, so the correct answer to the problem is, since we have been asked the last number, it will be 13. Okay friends. Now if this number, that is 1 star 54815, is divisible by 3, then which of the following can replace the star? Now friends, what is the divisibility test of 3? That is, sum of the digits must be divisible by 3. Okay, so we just start here. it's 5 plus 1 6, which is divisible by 3. Then 8 plus 4 12 is divisible by 3. Then 5 plus 1 6 is divisible by 3. So at the place of star we need either a 0 or any multiple of 3. So since we do not have any multiple of 3 in the options, we can choose 0. So 0 will be the correct answer. Okay. Similarly, in this problem, if the number that is 357 star 25 star is divisible by both 3 and 5, then the missing digit in the units place and the thousandth place respectively are. Friends, since the number is divisible by 5, we need a number at the unit place that is 0 or 5. So we have all the three options correct. Okay. Now we have to make the number divisible by 3. So what is the divisibility test of 3 further? It is the sum of the digits must be divisible by 3. So let's begin. 3 is divisible by 3. Then 5 plus 7, that is 12, that is divisible by 3. Then 2 plus 5, that is 7. So to make it divisible by 3, we need either 2 or we need either 2 plus 3, that is 5. 2 or 5. Okay. Now let's check by the options. We cannot have 0 and 6 since the sum of 0 and 6 will be 6 itself, but we are having 7 over here. So to make it divisible by 3, we need either the sum 2 or 5 or more than that. Okay. Even in this case 5 plus 4 9 is there, so it won't make it divisible by 3. Here we are having 5 and 6. Okay, so 7 plus 5 12, 12 plus 6 18, so we'll be getting 18, which is divisible by 3. So 5 6 will be the correct choice. Okay friends, I hope you are clear with the problem. Now 365 star 2 is a number with star as a missing digit. If the number is divisible by 6, what is the missing digit? Okay. Now what is the divisibility test of 6? It is the number should be divisible by 2 and 3 both as well. And what is the divisibility test of 2? That the number should be even. So the number is even, so it will be definitely divisible by 6. Okay. Now we have to find out the value of star. To get the value of star, we need to apply the divisibility test of 3. So 3 is multiple of 3, 6 is multiple of 3, then 5 plus 2, 7. Now we need to add a number with which the sum will be divisible by 3. So suppose I add 2 to this 7, I'll be getting 9, and 9 is divisible by 3. So 2 will be the right choice. Okay friends. Now in this problem, what least value must be assigned to a so that the number this is divisible by 8. Now what is the divisibility test of 8? That is the last 3 digits must be divisible by 8. So we have to concentrate upon 6, 8, 2 only. Now suppose I take the value of a as 1 and I have to check whether 6, 1, 2 is divisible by 8 or not. Okay. So 6, 1, 2 divide by 8. 8 sevens are 56. Then getting a decimal, so 612 will not be a right choice. Then 622, even it won't be divisible by 8 since it is not divisible by even 4. Then I choose 632. 632 divide by 8. Suppose I divide it by 8. 8 sevens are 56. Then 7 2, it's 9. So 632 is divisible by 8. So 3 will be the right choice. Similarly, what least value must be given to x so that the number this is exactly divisible by 9? Now what is the divisibility test of 9? That is the sum of digits must be divisible by 9. Okay, let's begin. 1 plus 8, 9. It will be divisible by 9. Then 4 plus 5 will be divisible by 9. 6 plus 3 will be divisible by 9. So we are left with 1 plus x. So 1 plus x should be divisible by 9. So x should be 8. Okay friends, it's very simple. Similarly, which one of the following number is exactly divisible by 11? Now what is the divisibility test of 11? We have discussed 2 divisibility test of 11. Okay, let's try any one of them. In this case, 2 plus 5, 7 plus 4, 11, and 3 plus 6, 9, and 1, 10. Okay, so we are getting the difference as 1. So 2, 3, 5, 6, 4, 1 is not divisible by 11. In this case, 2 plus 5, 7 plus 4, 11, and 4 plus 6, 10, and 2, 12. So still it's not divisible by 11. In this case, 3 plus 5, 8, plus 2, 10, and 1 plus 6, 7, plus 4, 11. It's not divisible by 11. Similarly, 4 plus 5, 9, and 2, 11, and 1 plus 6, 7, and 4, 11. So we are getting 0 over here. So this number 415624 is definitely divisible by 11. Okay friends, I hope you are clear with the problem. Let's do the next one. Now in this problem we have to find out the value of p when 4864 into 9p2 is divisible by. Now what is the divisibility test of 12? The number should be divisible by both 4 and 3 as well. Now just look at the number, it's 4864. It is divisible by 4 since the last two digits are divisible by 4. But it is not divisible by 3. We see 4 plus 8, 12, which is divisible by 3. 6 is divisible by 3, but 4 is not divisible by 3. So we need this expression, that is 9p2, to be divisible by 3. Here 9 is divisible by 3. That means p plus 2 should be divisible by 3. Suppose I choose the value of p as 2, then 2 plus 2, that is 4, which is not divisible by 3. Similarly, suppose I choose 8, then 8 plus 2, 10, which is not divisible by 3. Then 5 plus 2, 7, which is also not divisible by 3. So p has to be 1. So which is none of these over here. Okay friends? Okay, now let's see which of the following numbers is exactly divisible by 24. Now what is the divisibility test of 24? That is, the number should be divisible by both 8 and 3. Let's begin to check the options. 3, 5, 7, 1, 8. If we see the last two digits, even these are not, this 1, 8 is not divisible by even 4. So it cannot be divisible by 8. Similarly, in this case, 10 cannot be divisible by even 4, so it won't be divisible by 8. In this case, 804, that is 04 is divisible by 4. Now let's check it for 8. So it is not divisible by 8. Now let's check for 736. 36 is divisible by 4, and 736 is divisible by 8. Okay, now let's check it for 3. So 3 is divisible by 3, 2 plus 1 is divisible by 3, 5 plus 7, 12, that is divisible by 3, and 6 plus 3, 9, that is also divisible by 3. So this number, that is 3125736, is divisible by both 8 and 3. That means it will be divisible by 24. Now this example, if the number 42573 star is completely divisible by 72, then which of the following numbers should replace the star? Okay friends, now the number to be divisible by 72, it should be divisible by both 8 and 9 as well. Now first check it for 9. 42573. Here 4 plus 5, 9, that is divisible by 9. 2 plus 7, 9, which is also divisible by 9. Here we are left with 3. Then 3 plus star, that should be divisible by 9. So we can add 6 to 3 to make it divisible by 9. Suppose I take 36 over here, then I have to check it by 8 also. So whether 736 is divisible by 8 or not, I just have to check. So 8 9s are 72, and then 1 and 6, 8 2s are 16. That means 736 is divisible by 8, and the complete number is now divisible by even 9. So the answer to the problem is 6. Okay, now which of the following number is exactly divisible by 99? Now a number to be divisible by 99, it should be divisible by both 11 and 9. Now let's check the first number, 114345. It's 1, 2 plus 4, 6, and 3, 9, 4 and 5, 9. That means the number is divisible by 9. Now let's check it for 11. Here 1 plus 4, 5 and 4, 9. And here 1 plus 3, 4 and plus 5, 9. That means 9 minus 9 is 0. That means the number is divisible by 11 and 9 both as well. So it will be definitely divisible by 99. We should not check the other options since there is none of these. So we are having the correct option as A. Okay, friends. Now we have to calculate here 5978 plus 6134 plus 7014. We have already learned how to do horizontal addition and subtraction. So let's begin. 8 plus 4 12 plus 4 16. I am having 6 at the units place, then 1 is carried over, then 7 plus 1 8 and 3 11 and plus 1 12. Further I have 1 9 and 1 10 and 1 11, 1 to 6. The last three digits are 1 to 6, which is only there in this option, so we need not calculate further. 1 9 1 to 6 will be the correct choice. Okay, similarly in this problem 1 8 2 6 5 plus 2 7 3 6 plus 4 1 3 2 8. It's 5 plus 6 11 plus 8 19. I write 9 over here and 1 will be carried. 1 plus 6 7 and 3 10 and 2 12. Further I write 2 over here and 1 will be carried. That 1 plus 2 3 plus 7 10 and 3 13. Okay, further I'll be having 1 plus 8 9 and 2 11 and 1 12. Okay, so 2 3 2 9. 2 3 2 9. We don't have 2 3 2 9 in any other options, so this must be the correct choice. Now let's do this. It's 8 minus 4 4 plus 7 11. I write 1 and the 1 will be carried. 5 plus 1 6. 6 minus 1 5 plus 2 7. 71. We are getting 71 as last two digits only in this options, so no need to check further. 6471 will be the correct choice. Okay, friends, let's do this. 9572 minus 4018 minus 2164. Let's begin. 2 minus 8, it's minus 6, minus 6 minus 4, it is minus 10, but we cannot write minus 10 over here, so we'll be borrowing 1. That then 10 minus 10 will be 0. Okay, then we are having a negative 1 with us. 7 minus 1, that is 6, minus 1 5, 5 minus 6 minus 1. We cannot write minus 1, so further we have to borrow 1. So 10 minus 1, it will be 9. So the last two digits will be 90, which we are having only in this option. So 3390 will be the correct choice. Okay, friends, I hope you are clear with the problem. Now in this problem, 7589 minus what is equal to 3434. That means finally we have to deduct 3434 from 7589. So let's begin. 9 minus 4, that is 5. The unit digit must be 5, that we are getting only in this option. So 4155 is the correct choice. No need to calculate further. Similarly in this case, let's begin. 8 plus 4 12 minus 2 10. So 0 at the units place. 1 will be carried over. 1 plus 4 5, 6 and 6 12. It will be 6 minus 6, that will be 0. Then 5 plus 3 8 minus 3 5. So last three digits must be 500, which we are having only in this option. Okay, friends, so I hope you are clear with the problem. Let's do the next one. It's 5358 into 51. In this problem, 5358 into 51. See, 5358, that is 5 plus 3 8, 8 plus 5 13 plus 8 21. So 5358 is multiple of 3 and 51 is also multiple of 3. So the entire expression will be multiple of 3 into 3, that is 9. So our answer should be divisible by 9. That is the first thing. And the second thing is, if we look at the options at the last two digits, 58, 68, 48 and 58, our number is actually not divisible by 4, and we are not getting even 4 from the multiple of 4 from even 51. So the answer should be divisible by 9 but not by 4. So let's begin to check. It's 273, that is 7 plus 2, it's multiple of 9. 3 plus 2 5, and 5 10 plus 8 18, it's multiple of 9, and 58 is not multiple of 4. That means this number can be the correct choice. It can be, but we cannot be so sure as of now. But this number is 68, it is multiple of 4, so it cannot be right choice. 48 cannot be right choice. Now let's see whether this number can be the right choice or not. 7 plus 2 9, it is multiple of 9. 3 and 3 6, plus 5 11, and 8 19. So it's not multiple of 9. So it cannot be the right choice. So the right choice is the first one that we have already calculated. Okay friends. Now let's say this problem, 587 into 999. Suppose I make this 999 as 1000. So the answer will be 587,000. So actually my answer should be less than that. That is 587,000. So I have only one choice over here, that is 586413, which is less than 587,000. All other choices are more than that. Okay. So this one be the correct option. Okay friends. Now let's see this problem. 469157 into 4 times 9. We can calculate this by factorization, that is by distributive property, that is 469157. 9999 can be written as 10,000 minus 1. So it's this 469157. Now we can calculate the unit digits, and whatever the correct answer is, that will get. So it's 0 minus 7, that is I cannot do it, it will be minus 3. 0 minus 7 will be minus 7, so it's 10 minus 7, that is 3. So I am having 3 at 3 options. Okay. Now further, I am having negative 1 with me. That negative 1 minus this 5, I am having negative 6 with me. So further I have to borrow 1. 10 minus 6, 4. So I am having 4 in all three choices. Then further I am having negative 1 with me. That negative 1 minus this 1, it will be minus 2. So minus 2, 10 minus 2, that is 8. So I'm left with these two choices. This is already cancelled. I'm left with these two choices. Now if I observe, I'm having initial digit 46 over here, and I'm going to multiply this number to a very big number. So it cannot come down to 45. It has to go beyond 46, or it has to be in 46 only. So it cannot be the right choice. It will be the right choice. Okay friends. I hope you are clear with the problem. Now let's take this one, 8756 into 5 times 9. Similarly in this problem, the first two digits, these are 87 over here, and if it is being multiplied to this big number, it cannot go below 87 as the initial digits. So these two are cancelled. Now we are left with 875591,244, but we have none of these also here, so we need to cross verify. So we can write 9999 as 1 lakh minus 1. So 8756,000,000 minus 8756. If we calculate this, that is if we make this subtraction, we'll be getting this as the correct choice. Okay friends. Now in this problem, 1399 into 1399, what will be the correct answer? Okay, it is closer to 1400. Okay, so initial digit must be closer to 196. So this cannot be the right choice. This cannot be the right choice. So we are left with these two. Okay. Now if there is 99 at the end of the number, and if we are going to square 99, we'll be getting last two digits as 0, 1. So in this case also we'll be getting the last two digits as 0, 1. So this cannot be the right choice. Then we are left with 1957201 as the right choice. Now in this problem, it is 397 into 397 plus 104 square plus 2 into 397 into 104. It is precisely a plus b whole square, that is 397 plus 104 whole square, which is actually 501 whole square. Okay. So we have to check which of the following is the correct option. So the initial digits must be 25. It cannot go up to 26. So this cannot be the right choice. Now we are left with these two. Definitely 501 is multiple of 3. So 2 times 501 will be multiple of 9. So it is 2, this number is not multiple of 9. Only this number is multiple of 9. So it will be the right choice. Okay friends, similarly in this case it is a square plus b square minus 2ab. That means it is actually a minus b whole square. So it is 186 minus 159 whole square. So what that will be? It will be 27 square, and 27 square is actually 729. Okay, so this is the correct choice. Similarly, it is a plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square over a square plus b square. Friends, if we expand, a plus b whole square will be getting a square plus b square plus 2ab, and if we expand this, we'll be getting a square plus b square minus 2ab. Then the 2ab terms will be cancelled. So we'll be left with 2 times 856 square plus 167 square. And this 856 square plus 167 square in the numerator will get cancelled from this denominator. So we are left with 2 only. Okay friends, just a simple application of algebraic formulae or algebraic expansions. Friends, I hope you might have enjoyed the session. You might have learned a lot about calculations, and these techniques will definitely be useful for your competitive examinations. We'll be doing such more problems in our next sessions. We'll be doing some higher difficulty level problems also in our coming sessions. So all the best.